salute to the KNC Masterpiece. You will see them in Oxnard, sir, tomorrow afternoon. As Heggy's still in studio. Major's on his way to the elevator already. Got a plane to catch. Let's react to what we just heard. Heggs, how the heck are you? Good to see you.
I'm doing great. So a couple things. First of all, I wanted to apologize to you guys for saying goodbye on Friday, even though I saw you again today.
Yeah.
But now after today, I won't see you for like 3.5 weeks. But also, shout out to
Not hard to say goodbye.
Corey's back.
Hey, I'm back, guys.
There he is.
Joseph Hoyt from the Dallas Morning News is the hero that we all need. Because in that press conference when Jerry said, oh, maybe we shouldn't have done Terrence Steele or Trevon Diggs, which was shocking. And then he just kind of left it at that. And then you could hear Joseph Hoyt, who had asked the question, jump in and go, should you?
It's the follow-up questions that are important.
That was a great follow-up question. He goes, I don't know. You brought him up. And I was like, what do you mean you don't know? You run the team. Surely you have an opinion. And also, one of the reasons they haven't re-signed Micah yet is because he might get hit by a car.
That was bizarre. That was maybe the best Jerry press conference I've heard in a long time, though.
Do you think it was because, and this is a sense we talked about like in the first 20 minutes or so, like they're really used to their folksy old-time charm disarming people. And you saw that later in the press conference when he spent like 20 minutes answering a question about the Emmys that was a joke question because they got to use their folksy charm. That and then something else later. And like that disarms people. I think they were thrown back that wasn't going to work and people wanted answers about Micah.
Yeah, I did sense a lot of frustration and attempts to draw back into the folksy charm parts of their personality to sort of disarm the media there. But, I think this was, number one, they are frustrated with some deals. And I actually am encouraged maybe by their frustration because they've been having their asses handed to them really for the better part of the last decade of negotiations. I hope they're annoyed enough that, perhaps they're changing some things and reconsidering. Like when he said maybe we should have reconsidered on Steele and Diggs or whatever he said there. I'm like, bam, that's exactly what we need. A more discerning eye on this roster.
Okay, so I'm with you on that. There is one thing in particular that I thought he said that was really fair and really relevant. Like, I don't want to just complain about something that they said is just because you negotiate that far ahead of time, you're assuming that they're not already looking at the ahead of time number. And that's a really fair point. I fall into that trap all the time that like any Micah negotiation started with like 33 or 34. And they're kind of here to be like, that's not really the way it went. And then he discussed like, maybe we don't think it's going to get to the level that they do. And like that actually made way more sense than so many things about why a contract hadn't gotten done. I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, that was fantastic, Majors. What stuck out to you?
I always get caught up in his impassioned speech where he's just like, I do this and I of course I want these things. And I'm like, then why doesn't that trickle down to the team? That those same, like, I wake up every morning with this kind of passion. If you really do, why does the team not have that same accountability to itself and hold it to itself to that kind of standard?
Because leadership flows from the top.
Exactly. And that's like the speech is a speech.
Did you like the embarrassed question?
Oh, man, I was waiting for it.
Is that a thing? Is that a...
Oh, the embarrassed?
I thought it was a nice callback.
Like we used to have paying homage to you.
Ridiculous. Thanks, Tim. I really appreciate that.
Sorry, two more quick things, if I may.
Please do.
Jerry said you can't have it all and just be signing all of these deals at about the same time. Of course you can. You literally see NFL teams do that all the freaking time. And then the other part where he said, I don't look down, meaning back. I look up, meaning ahead.
What about the Bronco and the credit cards? And all?
Like every story. And then immediately he talked about, there's this player named Emmitt Smith. And I was like, so your immediate follow-up to how you don't look back is to look back? And the biggest difference with that team is they weren't coming off a losing record. They were the defending Super Bowl champions. So if you want to draw a little bit of a harder line, go for it. You win the Super Bowl this year, I won't question anything you do in the offseason.
Yeah, and that's another one of the topics from Tyler Smith, and Jerry addressed that. Like, do you see yourself as championship contenders? But while we're drilling down on Jerry, like, I think today was a direct result of last year when he was very, like, is it a malaise? Was it comatose? What was that? He was sick. He was, he sounded very, very old, So I think he got fired up for this one, and whatever it takes to get to that state where you're alert and you're buzzing and everything. I mean, so he was on it. But a couple of other things. When he talked about how I don't talk to the agents, Steven does, because if I had to talk to the agents, then I wouldn't get anything done.
Yeah.
And then when he said, am I frustrated by lack of a deal? He's like, no, I have like 20 hanging participles every day. He is too busy and too distracted to be a general manager.
Yeah.
Like that was the overarching takeaway is like, sorry, I'm too busy to talk to the player's agent. Sorry. Oh, no, it doesn't bother me because I have 19 other big business things happening at all times. It's just like, if you are going to be the GM, you got to try to task yourself to be the absolute best at your position in the league. Organizations win championships.
Because most owners are holding their GM to that kind of accountability.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's why the Eagles are sitting here and dancing all over you and having success with Howie Roseman.
And that's what Jerry would do. If Jerry had another GM who was like, I didn't get a chance to talk to the agent today because I was busy doing other stuff.
I didn't have a chance to write your check
him
this
on
week.
the spot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm into racquetball and golf. So, I got a lot of other interests, and I got an oil business too, Jer. I had to be on the board today. No, that ain't going to fly.
By the way, I apologize if this is any trouble. Just blame me. I made the mistake of looking at somebody on the fan text who said, are y'all afraid to talk about Gordo? No, I really want to talk about that real quick. That's a perfect example of how our stations are different. Gordo asked, he's phenomenal at his job. He asked a yuck fun question, and Jerry laughed it up with him because he knows nothing serious in terms of actual hard-hitting questions happens there. What happens when he's on at our station? He swore at us and threatened to fire Sean and RJ because we ask real questions to him. So
good clarification. I do like that.
Clarify that. See you guys in Oxnard.
Love you, Hagee.
There we
Have
go.
a safe trip, boys.
Enjoy
Germany.
Don't get hit by a car and stuff. Have a great
my
trip.
teeth really dark.
But we are off and running here in the Gbag Nation. Brought us off once again. Today, he is flying to Oxnard today and is going to have full camp reports and interaction with us. He'll probably be able to join the show every day at the very latest by Krusty's Corner at 3:40. Making his glorious return to the Pimp Cup there at Master Control here 75 and Fitzhugh is Lucius Alexander. Let's
go.
Salute to you. Welcome back, sir.
He's back. He's got fresh legs, man.
That's right. You got Woolchuck and Chiafalo in the house as always, and Carter Freeman's coordinating your video. You can watch us at 105throughthefan.com, Twitch, and YouTube. Lucius is back this week, says the 972. Let's go. Yes, LA Live is coming up at 5:40. Other takeaways from the presser, guys? Anything that jumped out to you that you want to talk about here?
I did love the Michael Parsons drop.
Yeah.
Also loved him talking about how even if we sign Micah, it doesn't mean we're actually going to have him on the field because he missed 6 games last year.
Ooh, talking real right there, bro. Finally giving us something to talk about right there.
Yeah. Even though of course it was 4 games.
Yeah.
But that's semantics.
Those are some great moments, though.
Great moments.
Car crashes. There was car crashes in there.
Goodness, he might get in a car crash.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pay him that long now. Have you seen that full drive?
Get to do it with the big guy over here and the sister and the other sister.
I mean, he's
a wild one.
He's really going for creating headlines. That's what I think. He's creating headlines and sound bites and gassing the flames.
I liked your thought on he's coming into this year's camp with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. He didn't like how he hit the ground running last year.
He didn't like his performance.
That's the hey. Let me swing by the doctor real quick. Let me see what kind of pharmaceutical help we can get. A night like that, you got to swing by the gas station, get the energy pills. Or
He was zooming, I think, right, Lucius? He was zooming in there for sure.
Steven was a little chippy. Yeah, asked about the contract stuff. And hey, Jerry didn't speak to Todd France. I did.
I also loved you had the morning show. They set the over under on, I believe, 4.5 minutes.
For the longest answer?
No, for the over hit heavy on that one, I think. No, for how quickly we would hear Schottenheimer's voice.
Oh.
And I think it was about 8 or 9 minutes before he uttered a syllable.
Yeah. And then he got cut off, didn't he?
I believe so,
did.
yeah.
Yeah, I think the Micah Parsons missed 6 games last year line came mid Schotty answer. So negotiating through the media, maybe.
Did he take a shot at Steven?
I didn't hear that one.
About they want to do contract negotiation with Steven. They like that better than they like messing with me. Did I hear that?
Yeah, he said they wouldn't get anything done if they were talking to him.
You know, it did make me wonder when he said, should have we waited for Diggs and Steele, if like maybe that was his opinion in the negotiation, right? Because you know it's sort of a group effort, and Steven was trying to overrule Jerry Jones immediately in the 90s on things when it came to spending money. So I do wonder, you know, with the direction that this team has taken and the way they approach things, it does have Steven's hands on it a little bit more with his fiscal conservative approach.
I do like that idea of him just kind of lashing out at Steven right there, being like he's trying to distance himself from those contracts. Like even in the, like he was against them when they happened, and now, of course, hindsight, there's no way you would have done those deals.
Yeah, I think we got kind of confirmation on really how things work for those of us when we were kind of wondering, like, what's the structure? Well, Jerry and Adam Pacifica are handling all the contracts. And Steven, yes, and Steven was pretty outspoken about that. He got pretty chippy, and then Jerry is basically just taking everybody's word and then making the ultimate decision on this. But he's very busy with all of his other stuff to really be a hands-on GM.
I mean, one of the things I want to ask them about if we get the chance to interview them next week is, do you feel like agents kind of have your number and have your pattern down? Because I'll tell you why they did those Diggs and Steele deals and why they did Jalen Smith is because if you're willing to come to them early and take about a 25% discount, as Osa just did, you're like, hey, I'm early, but I would love to have the assurance that I'm going to have generational wealth. The Cowboys are like, boom, 25% discount on market value. Sound about right to you? Okay, we'll do this deal right now. Mm-hmm. And now if you get hurt in the next 18 months, you have nothing to worry about for the rest of your life. Congratulations. And they want all players to think along those lines. So when you come in early and are willing to take a discount, they will do that deal with you. The problem is the best players or the players with the agents or the players that trust their bodies the most know all I have to do is wait and I'll get way more, a significant amount more, especially with the cap going up.
Sure.
So is this a sign that maybe they're thinking it's time to change our approach? I think we can hope so. Because if ultimately once they know your strategy, they're reacting to it. It's been gamified and they're pretty much dominating you.